Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you can all hear me, and welcome to St George's Gardens Virtual Open Day. I'm really pleased so many of you could join us. I'm Sue Yardley. I'm Head of Group Operations here at MPP Residential, and I'm joined by Mohammed Nasir, one of our experienced sales consultants. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, guys.
So today we're going to be giving you a guided tour around St George's Gardens, today from the safety and comfort of your own home during these strange times. And we'll also be answering some questions at the end. So please feel free to post your questions throughout the tour, and you can do that in the chat functionality. So before we get into the tour, I'd like to give you a brief overview of the development and discuss some facts and figures with you. So St George's Gardens, it's a brand new residential development brought to you by award-winning developer De Trafford. So De Trafford have accolades such as Best Design for 4 stories or more from the House Builders Award in 2017. That's for St George's Gardens' neighbouring development, Roof Gardens, and also Best Residential Developer 2019 from the Grafter Awards. St George's Gardens is based and located in the Castlefield area of Manchester. And as you can see from the map, the development is in an excellent location in the city centre with superb transport links by tram, with Cornbrook tram station just on the doorstep, Deansgate train station a couple of minutes walk away, and motorway links is the Mancunian Way, the A57 is extremely close, along with regular bus routes throughout Greater Manchester. So as many of you will already know a lot about Manchester, and it's probably already home to a lot of you, it is now widely regarded as the UK's second city and is undoubtedly the unofficial capital of the North. Career opportunities are abundant in the city. There's over 80% of the FTSE 100 companies now calling Manchester home, with the likes of the BBC, Amazon, Kellogg's, Deloitte, all being based here. And forecasts predict there's around 55,000 new jobs to be created in the city centre alone by 2024. And obviously that has a knock-on effect to the population, with predictions of over 125,000 more people expected to set down roots in the city by 2025. Now, when we're talking about Manchester, we cannot not mention the fact that it is home to 2 of the planet's largest football clubs, a world-famous music scene, and 4 prestigious universities. So Manchester really does have that unique culture, like no other in the world. And as capital of the North and the hub of the government's Northern Powerhouse scheme, Manchester has received a lot of public and private funding over the last 10 years. So you've also got the airport that you can't not mention, being the UK's largest airport outside of London. But when we look specifically at the neighbourhood itself in Castlefield, it's an extremely popular area in Manchester city centre for residents. And the demand for Castlefield is really clear to see, particularly for young professionals, as the area has undergone unprecedented development. There's been the introduction of new landscape public squares, a vast array of amenities, bars and restaurants. And St George's Gardens and De Trafford's master scheme with the other developments around looks to add to yet another mini village within this already bustling neighbourhood. De Trafford are looking to introduce its very own public square, coffee shops, art galleries and rooftop bars. Castlefield has poetically been described as an inner city oasis of quaint cobbled streets, canals and waterside alfresco wining and dining. So I quite like that description that we found. It does have its attractive canal basin, the open spaces, bridges and viaducts, and that's one of the many reasons why it's become one of the city's most sought after residential areas. So on to the development itself, which is what you're all here to understand more about. St George's Gardens consists of 138 apartments, which are a mix of 1 and 2 beds. It's over 10 stories. The stone facade with the imported stone, especially sourced from Germany, coupled with the glass front facing and reflected the converted church, makes for such a magnificent and extremely attractive building. Technology is at the heart of the development. It's got the smart controlled heating and latest video access control system. But the roof gardens itself is without a doubt a key attraction for home buyers, with the breathtaking views over Manchester and Salford. And we'll show you that more in a moment on the virtual tour. Mohammed will also explain further during the tour about the ethos of De Trafford and about the flexibility and importance of building a community. And because of this, the amenity space within the development has been developed with residents in mind, and it's recognised that flexibility is key. So how the amenity space is utilised is based on what residents want and you as future owners. So the rooftop will be a health and lifestyle space with monthly events such as live sports event coverage or yoga and HIIT classes. And the rooftop bar, which you will see shortly, will be utilised by bringing in different suppliers to hold events. But we plan to have regular meetings with residents so that you can advise on what you would like to be hosted and you remain in control. Ultimately, the De Trafford amenities really do all have health, work and lifestyle at the heart of any decisions for their use. So as we just briefly touch on, when you are looking at Manchester, you're considering St George's Gardens as your new home, it's worth being aware of the financial advantages. And Manchester is without a doubt the city to be investing in property at the moment. As it's clear to see, there's been phenomenal growth over the last 5 years. And this chart that you can see at the moment shows a 25% increase in average property prices in the city centre since 2015. And that trend shows no sign of changing course. According to industry experts, Savills and Knight Frank, they forecasted a 4-year cumulative growth of 18.7% in the Northwest, in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic. So just a little bit of information, which hopefully gives you some background before we go to the tour. But let's go over to the development with Mohammed for the guided tour. And as mentioned, we will answer questions at the end. So please do feel free to put them in the chat functionality as we go throughout. Thank you.
So welcome to the first floor show apartment at St George's Gardens. This is a south-facing 2A type. So we're going to head over to the kitchen here. So as you can see, it's an open plan kitchen, high gloss white worktops, which are quartz, with the grey stone splashbacks. So all the appliances do come included. So you have a dishwasher, fridge, freezer, oven and hob. All the appliances are Neff appliances. As you can see here with the fridge freezer, it is a 70-30 split, so generous room for the freezer. So coming into the living room area here, as you can see the flooring, it is a hardwood flooring, which is a herringbone design, so something a little bit unique and different. In terms of sizes for sofas, you can fit a 3-seater or you can potentially fit a 4-seater here. So if you've got guests over, there's more than enough room. Coming to the end of the living room here, you have the dining area. Now the dining area is large enough for a 6-seater table if you wanted to, so it's great for entertaining. And if we pan across the sort of living room itself, you can see it's a great space. So if you've got guests over, you can still be talking while you're cooking away. So it gives that feeling like it's 3 separate rooms without any of these sort of boundaries in place. So now if we're coming over to the winter garden, now we have this set up as a lounge space, but it's a great area. You could use it as dining, open the windows, you've got the al fresco style there, or it could be potentially an office there. So if you close up the doors here, you're in complete work mode. Now opening this back up, you can actually see the flooring in the Winter Garden is a tiled flooring, so it gives it like a feeling where it's a separate space within the apartment itself, so it's a sort of a breakout getaway area. The Winter Garden is accessible from the master bedroom as well, so you get a little sneak peek of what the sort of master bedroom looks like in terms of storage as well. So we'll head back through the living room into the master bedroom. So coming into the master bedroom here, you can see it's a sort of good sized double bedroom, enough space for having bedside lamps. You've got the accent wall as well, that does come pre-painted. And then you also have an ensuite shower room as well. Now if we peek back through, you can actually see the garden is, so the light bleeds through there. And then you have obviously sort of blackout curtains that you could put up to sort of shut off that light. Now, in terms of sort of storage space, we do have these sort of optional extras of having sliding wardrobes, but the nubs are in place for you to have them sort of installed if needed. Just going back up into the Winter Garden, if you just sort of shut off the glass doors and sort of draw the curtains across, and then you've got sort of complete blackout as well in the bedroom. Now, if we spin back around, head over to bedroom number 2, so you can see what that looks like. So heading across the hallway of the living room, we have bedroom number 2. So bedroom number 2, this is again a double size room. You have the sort of same amount of storage as well, so enough space for a chest of drawers, as well as obviously the sliding wardrobe space as well. The great thing as well, you've got these sort of big flat walls, so sort of any art that you wanted to hang, any shelving, you've got that space already there. So heading back through, as you can see, it does have an ensuite. Now this ensuite is a Jack and Jill, so it's accessible from the living room, as well as obviously the bedroom itself. So if you've got guests over, they're not having to go into your bedroom to access the bathroom. So heading up onto the roof of St George's Gardens, we've got this amazing space which gives you this 360 panoramic of the Manchester city centre skyline. So we'll give you a quick little tour of the roof itself. So on the roof we have a bar going in place, we have sort of grass turf areas as well as sort of seating areas for all the residents to use. Now the bar itself will be run on a pop-up basis to keep it a little bit more fresh as well. So it's something very, very unique that you don't really get in city centre. You're getting this outdoor space which is personal, it's only for the residents to use. So you can also see that we've got these grass turf areas on top of the roof as well. Now these grass turf areas we're going to utilise for events such as sort of yoga classes, high intensity training classes. Again, this is external suppliers going to be coming in to sort of conduct these. Now these will always be sort of changing on every sort of month as well. So say the likes of sort of Wimbledon going on or any sort of huge sporting events, we will have this sort of screen up here with all the residents sort of get together and watch it as a collective. If we come across to one of the sides of the building here, so this is the northwest side of the building here. So you can see it's a full sort of 360 panoramic that you're getting across the city itself. So at De Trafford we are very much resident focused. So what we'd like to do is every month or so have everybody within the building meet up here, discuss what sort of events that you'd like to have, and that way the residents have the control. Now, before we head down to the lobby area and I show you that, I also wanted to mention at the Trafford we are very, very forward thinking, and we understand about the cultural shifts of lockdown and what that sort of presented to us. So what we have done on the ground floor of the building, we have a huge space facing over towards a church, so it's a fantastic aspect. Now, this space will be a co-working area. It will have desks, chairs, meeting areas, and coffee facilities surrounded by art from local artists. So with everyone sort of working from home at the moment, it gives them a sort of an office within their building to access where they're breaking out from their own apartment themselves. Coming into the lobby, we've got the concierge desk right here. We're using the similar sort of textures and colours throughout all the common areas. You have the mailboxes here on the left hand side. Now we do have two entrances, one on Chester Road and one on the internal community road. To the right and left, you can also see that we've got the bin stores and bike stores located on the ground floor. And if we just pan around, we have the lift. Now we've got really, really clever with all the bike storage. We've used upright storage, so it just maximizes the space that we've got internally within here. And that's St George's Gardens.
Now, hopefully you enjoyed that video tour. It may have ended slightly abruptly at the end there, so if it did, I do apologise. But the good news is that we've had a number of questions that have come through during it. So it sounds like it has been a good insight for you. So let's begin with some of the questions that we've had. So firstly, we've had a question about, we've had a couple of people ask this question. Which is about how do you access the building and how is it secured? Is there security at reception? So Mohammed.
So yes, the building is super secure. We've got fob entries on all of the entrances. We've got entrances on Chester Road as well as the internal communal road. And we've also securitized each floor as well. So where the actual apartments are, once you go up the stairwell or the lift, you have another fob entry system. We also have a video entry system at the main entrances and again on the residence floors as well. So that gives us that extra layer there. We do have a concierge on site who will be there 24/7. And then that's that they can sort of receive parcels for you, and then it's sort of light security as well. So I think that covers that there.
Great, yeah, because we had another question asking about the concierge, so that's really good to know that is the 24-hour. There is a question about building management. So yes, there's building management in place, so that is all sorted. A question that's come through from Leanne Mohammed is there Help to Buy available?
Yes, St George's Gardens is Help to Buy, we can entertain all of those clients if you feel Help to Buy or if it's a conventional mortgage.
Great. And Philip has asked that he'd heard about there being access to communal facilities at other De Trafford developments in the area. So could you just explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so De Trafford are looking to build a full community. So with that community, the sort of ethos is to eventually have sort of shared amenities. At the moment, you've got with St George's Gardens, the residents from City and Sky Gardens can potentially use the co-working space that we have at St George's. For the residents at St George's, we've got a development called Number One Castlefield, just at the bottom of Ellesmere Street, and we've got a huge gym going in that place there, which you will have access to.
Excellent. And there's questions just around what the security is for parking, and just a bit of an explanation, I guess, around the parking that is available by St George's.
So at St George's Gardens, we don't have parking available within the building itself. That has now sold out. We do have parking. There is parking available on Ellesmere Street as well as Arundel Street. In terms of location-wise, if you're living in city centre, parking isn't really that much of a necessity. Location-wise, you're right next to obviously a bus stop. You're right next to Cornbrook tram station, and it's all walking distance to the city centre itself.
Excellent. And a couple of questions again around what the cost is for the ground rent and also the service charge, please, Mohammed.
Yeah, sure. So ground rent is 0.1% of your purchase price, and service charges are £2.50 per square foot. So that would obviously vary depending on apartment.
Excellent. And what is the date? So Darren's asked, what date is the building due for release, completion and occupation?
So practical completion, we are expecting the 30th of this month. So not far away at all. In terms of moving in, that would really depend on obviously your situation in terms of mortgages. But you know, we can help sort of process your surveys as quick as possible.
Fantastic. And a big question that we have had a couple of people ask, what's the price?
Okay. So prices, they start from 250,000 and then sort of go up from there. This would really depend on what type of property it is you're looking for, if it's a 1-bed or a 2-bed, depending on what floor you're looking at and what type. So I guess I don't want to take up everyone's time here, so the best way to do it is on an individual basis. We can sort of discuss your requirements and go through what we have available.
Excellent. And a question from Yusuf is, what is the process for reserving?
So once you have identified the property that you'd like to proceed with, you sign a reservation form. After you sign a reservation form, you pay £1,000 reservation fee. That £1,000 goes towards your property price. And then we package everything together. We've got a dedicated sales progression officer who will speak to your solicitors, your surveyors, your mortgage, well, your bank, sorry. So we make the process literally as simple as possible.
Excellent. And there's a question that has come through saying how and is it possible to still view in person?
Yes, yeah, we can. Although the building is obviously still under construction until sort of practical completion, we do have the ability to access the site with all of our PPE that we provide you with.
Brilliant. Well, hopefully that is most of the questions answered. There have been a number coming through, so apologies if we have missed any. But we are all available to take calls to be able to answer these for you and do it on an individual basis. The purpose of today was to give you that insight as much as we can virtually during these times, but we really do appreciate you joining us on your Saturday morning and having a look, and we will be able to send over some further information. So please do get in touch. Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much, Mohammed.
No problem at all. Thank you, guys.
And hopefully we will speak to you soon. Thanks all.
Take care.